Welcome to a beautiful project we've been working on with great clients. I'm super excited to show you some of the details and get a little sneak peek of this house. Come in. First thing I want to talk about is this front entry here. It's a small space. We have a lot going on, and I think it makes a big impact. The custom-made mahogany arch doors are beautiful, naturally warm, have tons of variation, and they look really cool. Really nice handle set. And then we have a tongue and groove wood ceiling up top, and then surrounded by a stone arch. We've mixed in the brick in the arches. Just a really cool, warm front entry. All right, let's go check out the inside. One thing I'm really excited to show you is that we were involved in the creation of the layout of this home, and there's some thoughtful things that I think are worth considering and showing. Right when you enter the house, we have this office, guest bedroom, crossover room. It's nice to be here because it's really convenient for your guests to kind of hop in, put their luggage in there, feel really comfortable immediately. And then it's also just a really cool room. We have a nice big closet that the homeowners are going to utilize for some storage, but it's kind of single rail. You can hang up your clothes, for the birthday party or whatever y'all are coming in for. And then we have plenty of shelving for storage for the homeowners in there. You can even stash your luggage in there so it's out of the way. But then you have a full bathroom, tile shower, sink, vanity, the whole works. So you're gonna enjoy your stay when you're here. All right, let's go to the living room and kitchen, the fun stuff. So we open up, big open concept, living room, dining room, kitchen. We got the fire going for aesthetics and for a vibe. We, this house is really neutral. The client and the designer color wash everything. This is all the same color, just different sheens. And so that creates a blank canvas to add some interest. They picked some great fixtures. We, our carpenters, we fab these beams. These are fake beams, but they look real. And just, they pop. Same with this fireplace. Just a great vibe. It's a propane fireplace, cool traditional mantle. We brought the stone from outside. The countertops, you'll see throughout, these are a leathered granite. So before we get to the kitchen, when working with the client, we went to our window rep, and he recommended not doing grids on these windows because of this view. This is the client's acreage back behind here. They're gonna have horses. They can see their patio, beautiful patio roof. And I think they made the right call because this looks really great. This will be the dining room right here off of this space. This island is massive. It's 4 by 10, which is about as big as you can get without getting a seam in your granite. And we try to utilize this space. Of course, we have the 1 foot hangover so that we can put some stools up here, but then we have all this as storage. You can throw blankets, big crock pots, whatever. You'll fill it up. To the left here is the bar area, coffee bar, maybe some nice glasses up here, right off the fridge, close to the living room. So if you want to serve anything, you kind of have these two spaces, drink and food. Big commercial fridge, and we move into the working area of the kitchen. Have the sink in the island, a cool apron front, cast iron sink, and a cool bridge faucet that the client picked out. We have our trash to the left, dishwasher to the right, and we have our gas range right here. One thing we like to do when we can is put in a good vent hood, because bad vent hoods don't work, but good vent hoods are really loud. So one way we mitigate that is by doing a remote blower that we stick up in the attic, and we'll show you in a little bit. But it drastically reduces the noise. I'll turn it on real quick. Full blast. That's full blast, but it's working. It's a very high, powerful motor, and you can still hear me, which is not normal for a vent hood if you've had one. The homeowner here is a really big chef, and she was insistent upon getting this range. I'd never installed one, but there's some cool features. The grates are hollow, I guess, for lack of a better term, underneath. It allows for stuff to fall right through, and you pull out this little tray, and we even have some crumbs right here, and you can just lift out these little guys. Let's see if it's easy. Clean it out, and your stove is clean. Pretty sweet. Okay, the kitchen was awesome, but I think you're gonna love the pantry because it's huge. Come check it out. We got 13 feet of shelving wrapped around some countertop space for small appliance storage. These are gonna be snack drawers. Open them up, got all your snacks. Keep your small appliances out of the kitchen. We're gonna have a big fridge in here as well. This thing is pretty sweet. So this is the bedroom wing we're about to enter. The clients have 2 kids, so we have 2 bedrooms over here, and we have one cool feature I'm excited to show you for future planning. This bedroom set up, essentially we have a little work area where the kids are gonna be able to put a desk. This kid in particular likes to play guitar, he's a musician. This is gonna be his guitar nook. And then he has a walk-in closet that he probably doesn't have enough clothes to fill. And then he's got his bathroom in here. The other side of this hallway is the other kid's bedroom. It's an exact mirror, just flipped. She has her own bathroom, set up, walk-in closet. It's great, but what I wanna show you is some future thinking. The client, the architect, and I, when you work with a design builder, we think about not just now, we think about the future. And the clients want to add on a game room, a media room. So it wasn't in the cards right now, but to prep for it, we built this hallway that leads to nowhere and is full of crap. Now this is gonna function as storage, as Christmas. She's gonna roll it in and out. But in the future, it's gonna lead to an awesome game room that we're gonna add on. Let's check out where the clients are gonna be coming in and out on their day-to-day. So, mudroom area, this is to the garage. Come in, you have your mud bench. We have a guest powder bath right here, some storage, and by the mud bench, we have our safe room. This is a cinder block wall with a concrete roof. It is built to be a tornado shelter, and there's quite a bit of space in there, so the client's gonna use it for some storage. They're gonna put an infrared sauna in there, so they're gonna get a lot of use out of it and safety. Okay, now that we've seen the rest of the house, we get to check out the master wing or retreat, but it's pretty sweet. You have this whole side of the house is yours. It's separated from the noise in the living room, the kitchen, the kids, and it starts with your own hallway. Got your own thermostat. We have a unit that controls this half of the house, a little bit of the living room, so you're gonna be super comfortable in here. You can tailor it to your needs and wants. Large, open room. You have access to the back patio. Go have mornings out there, evenings. It's just a really cool spot. You can enjoy the view of their land. And we have the bathroom in here. Got a big soaking tub here. We like to do cabinet fronts on there so that we can access any plumbing. So in the future, if they want to change out their hardware or their fixtures, or if there's an issue, we're not cutting drywall or cutting into tile, making any mistake. Big double sink vanity. And here's the master shower. Huge, plenty of space. We have 2 heads, tile all the way up to the ceiling. When you're building a house, I think it just makes sense to go up. It's not a huge expense to add that. The clients wanted the ability to turn on their faucet and let it get heated up to the temperature that they wanted without getting wet. So we have the valves over here, and that freed us up so that we could have our niches underneath the shower heads. We have a body wand. These are really just good to like clean the shower. But of course it's like great for shaving, which is what this is. This is a shaving ledge. I don't shave, but I've heard they're great. One thing we love to do with our clients in these showers is before they get built, we bring them in here and we lay out everything with them. So we take their preference on shower head height, niche height, even where this shaving ledge is gonna be, like what's comfortable for the client who's gonna use it. Everything is laid out to their preference, and it's a fun meeting during construction. So off the bathroom, his and her closet space. They're conjoined but separate. This is his closet. He's got shoe storage, tons of shelving, rod space. Over here he has his dresser, some more rod space. And then her closet. Lots of rod space, chandelier. So right off the closet is the laundry room. Super convenient. One thing to consider if you have a laundry room off of the space you're gonna be sleeping in or hanging out in is you wanna use solid core doors. So this is a pocket door, super easy, Imtech hardware. You just press and pull. And press that, block it off. This solid core door is gonna block off sound. The client wanted to color wash this with a cool green. So everything in here is green semi-gloss with these sweet rhino lined washer and dryer. I think it's a cool vibe. Let's go check out the garage and I'll show you the attic. Here's the garage. This is a 2-car garage. First off, we have a ton of closed storage, double doors. Things we like to do in the garage, we keep our plugs up higher so you can find them if you have storage all around. We also do our attic light up high by itself so that you're not trying to fumble and find it in the attic, but you're also gonna know which one it is because it's delineated, it's higher up. Of course, garage doors have come a long ways. We do insulated garage doors. This is an insulated garage. It's not heated and cooled, but it'll knock down the temperature, 10 or 20 degrees in the summertime. But our operator's super quiet. It's got Wi-Fi connection. It's got a camera on it so you can see if it's closed and really feel good about your decision to leave. So it's a cool garage. All right, guys, this is one of my favorite parts of the house because we take a lot of pride. It's the attic. Hello, welcome to the attic. This is the start of what we call fully encapsulated home. It's when we bring the insulation from the slab all the way down below our feet to the roof deck, which is what you see here. We are completely separated and sealed off from all the garage fumes, from heat, and we have to get this detail right so that it pays off for your comfort. Let me show you. You might not think that the attic is really worth mentioning when we have a beautiful home beneath our feet, but there's a couple things that I think are really cool that I want you to check out. So the first thing about this attic that makes it different is that we are now in the conditioned space. When it is 105 degrees out here, it's gonna be 4 degrees warmer than what your temperature is inside. So you get to hang out in here if you want. What you see is our air conditioned units. These are now in the conditioned space. Your ducts are not getting hot. They're running way more efficiently. There's way less dust. There's not rats. There's not poop. There's not any of the gross stuff that's in a normal attic. And all of this space is helping keeping your downstairs way more comfortable. We also deck this so that you can have conditioned storage. So you may not be able to keep a fridge up here, but you're gonna be able to keep your paint up here, some Christmas decorations, all sorts of stuff that you don't wanna get ruined in a hot attic. So let me show you a little bit about the AC. When we have an encapsulated house, we have to bring in fresh air. A lot of guys will just cut a vent and just pretty much just let air come in from the outside that's not conditioned, it's not treated. We use a fresh air system that, in simple terms, brings in fresh air that we tell it to, that the unit tells it to, and it regulates it based on humidity and temperature and comfort. So it's all revolving around comfort and health. One detail that we take some pride in is when we are bringing our wires to the panel and we're making a penetration in the party wall, we want to make sure we can seal around those wires. The only way you can do that is by doing one hole per wire. So right here, the electrician did a really clean job. The plumber did a clean job. They've done one hole per wire or per penetration, and then we've come back and sealed those with foam. Okay, this is why the vent hood is so quiet down in the kitchen, is because we take the blower, which is a super powerful high CFM, which is cubic feet per minute. It's the power of the vent hood. We bring it up here, suspend it from framing, and eliminate a lot of the noise because it's up here. So this vent hood, it'll suck the eggs off your pan, but it won't blow your eardrums out. Okay guys, thanks for humoring me and looking at my attic. It may not be the sexiest thing, but it's something you should want your builder to care about. So some of the architectural elements in this house I think are really cool. The shutters, the gable vents, those things can get kind of lost in translation when you're in the design process. So it's important that you have a builder that realizes the value of those and makes a plan for them, which we did. We want to make sure those details look good. So like this wall does not have a window on it. It was just going to be a blank wall. This is where our laundry room is. So having some closed shutters, I think adds a lot of interest and makes an otherwise kind of boring wall have a lot of texture and feeling. So we have a lot of different materials and finishes on this exterior, but it really comes together well. The client and the designer, architect, and myself all work together to piece this. And this stone is called Granberry, and you can get it, but you won't get this exact stone because this was a batch out of the quarry that is lighter and had these really cool blue veins in it. Super unique. It's not going to be able to be replicated. And then we went with the chopped look because it kind of is more like English cobblestoney look. It's not uniform. The mason has to work really hard to find every different piece to kind of put it all together and get this end product, which is really unique, and it's not uniform. It looks good. It's interesting. So when we have dissimilar materials, we have to think about some water management. We need to think about things like shutters. So, you know, before the mason got here, we had laid out our shutter size so that he could bring the brick around it. And we knew that we were going to do this stucco, which is actually ephes, and it's going to transition into the brick. So we have to manage the water. That seam is a dangerous point. So we have a flashing that's built in. It's integrated into the
weather-resistant barrier, which is what keeps water out of your house. And then it's hidden, it looks good, and it's no big deal. Another thing we do all custom stainless steel flashings all over this house. A cool one that's $15 and saves your house, it saves your ephes, is this little guy right here. It's called a kick-out flashing. It diverts the water that's running along this wall away so that we don't get a black streak on this beautiful ephes in 3 years and rots this window and does all sorts of bad stuff. So 15 bucks, a little pre-thought, put it in there and it saves your wall.
That wraps up the tour of this stunning custom home. If you are interested in hearing about how a design build process could ensure that your vision becomes a reality, give us a call. We would love to work with you and would love to hear about your plans. Thanks.